All right, it is a beautiful morning out here in
Niskayuna, New York.
Yeah, Niskayuna, New York. I don't care where I am as long as I get to see beautiful ponds. Alan Decker, Decker's Pondscapes, and this is a water feature that is it a pond or pondless?
It's a pond.
This is our first stop of the day, and we're checking out a beautiful 11 by 18 foot pond that the owner's son said it was the best investment his father ever made. I love to hear that. Oh yeah. Look at that with the sun hitting it. You did the pond and someone else landscaped it?
Yep, somebody else landscaped it. We put the patio in.
Oh, the patio is beautiful. Like looks like a little secret garden back there.
Yeah, the homeowner's got some, he had this custom furniture made, like Adirondack style. So
oh, that is really nice. Wow. I love the double waterfalls too, over filtered.
Yeah.
A wetland and
yeah,
my goodness, gorgeous. I love this little wooded setting back here.
it's a perfect spot.
And then look at this, right here. So right off of their house, you come right back here and you see this. That's, wow, what a relaxing area. Fantastic.
So everything's pretty interactive here. So we got it so you can kind of get stepping stones through the patio up through the big slabstone bridge and up the stairs.
What's that rock weigh? Probably 1,500 pounds?
Yeah, at least that.
Yeah.
So right here we actually have a 6,000 biofalls tucked right in up here. So
Oh my God. This is the way a filter is supposed to look. That's how you hide a biofalls. And I love it. You have the automatic dosing system going right into the biofalls. This is the ledge of the biofalls. But look at it's different size stones. You got a natural piece of wood in here. You got some moss up on the front. You can't see anything. You got some sedum that just got planted, or is a creeping Jenny. Just got planted up here, so that's going to grow. How long ago did you put it in?
This was last early summer.
Yeah, so
last year.
This is 1 year old, so the plants are just starting to get established. It's just absolutely, that's the upflow filter, and look at what it does for the water quality. The quality is fantastic because you've not just got a biofilter, you got a wetland up here too. Double filtration. Well, that's why you get such great water quality here. It's just so pristine. Perfect little place for a beaver. And these are the little accents that people add that personalize their water feature. I love seeing that stuff. This is how you know a customer's enjoying their water feature. Good for him. So what did you end up selling this project for?
It was right about 50,000.
This whole backyard, it was about a $50,000 water feature, pond, 16 tons of stone, patio,
yep,
the whole thing. And so maybe how many total man hours?
Well, I would say it would be almost 200, just shy of 200
okay.
man hours.
So this is about 200 man hours, $50,000, and it created an environment that is his favorite place in his yard. The best investment he ever made, according to his son.
Absolutely.
Not a bad investment. That's basically a car.
Yeah.
He's got a car in his backyard.
Except for this won't break
down.
down.
Depreciate.
It's going to be awesome.
That's the nice thing about a water feature, is every single year it matures with age and gets nicer and nicer as the plants grow, as the ecosystem gets more established. So a $50,000 investment like this today will look even that much nicer next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. Every other investment in the house, redo your bathroom, redo your kitchen, it's going to depreciate. Put in a water feature and it will appreciate. And this is considered landscaping, and landscaping is the highest return on your dog you could possibly do because it matures with age. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, Alan.
There was a landscape designer that drew the whole plan up. drew a plan up after we had put the water feature in with the intentions that eventually there would be some type of a sitting area up here. So then you could kind of look down throughout it. As it kind of evolved, we ended up putting that patio on that side.
Yeah.
So they could kind of look up it.
I would agree with that. All the sound goes that way. That's where the peacefulness is. That's where all those negative ions get released. So how does this wetland filter work?
So basically this is just an upflow system. So we have the aqua blocks in the bottom with a snorkel and centipede with probably about 16 inches of gravel over top of it. Everything is pushing all up through. The rock and gravel's washing it, spilling back over, and it creates a nice gentle flow. And the purpose of this also was to slow the water down a little bit so we didn't have a rush. And it kind of, you could see how the water actually drops over the rocks rather than just a rapid.
Every fall is different. There's a different sound in each one, which is awesome because it's how you tweak the flow of the water to, you know, the accoutrement of all the different waterfalls flowing together. Just completely and utterly changes that living space with that sound.
Yeah, this is great too because as this thing matures, the moss is starting to grow a little bit more that we put on there, so it's going to look really cool in another year or so.
So it's the last 10% that make a job. When you look at this, I mean, there's got to be 1 inch.
Exactly.
You had this thing perfectly nailed with a laser transit. Absolutely. You don't mess around with a 1,800 pound rock, but that water is flowing. There's about an inch gap between there, and it looks awesome flowing through there. Every stop has something unique and something different. I love all of the little decorations that this guy had, and you know, just to see that cigar stuff sitting there next to his tables, custom made furniture down there, it just shows how he's living the aquascape lifestyle. All right, we're out here in New York with Alan Decker.
All right, how you doing?
This is so fun. I'm enjoying this day immensely. So this is really cool because this is an existing lake and then you built a recreation pond on top of it, right?
Right, yep.
Oh yeah.
150 feet away.
How long ago did you put this in?
4 years ago.
Oh really? Okay, great. What's awesome is here I am come pull up to this job. This is the first thing I notice. And then I just turn the corner and I see this right here. Why would somebody with a living on a lake like this want their own recreation pond? Why, Alan? Why would you say?
Because the water quality in that pond, there's a lot of beaver and everything else in there, and it's just not healthy. So we built this recreation pond so they could swim in it.
Look at this. Look at this waterfall. You just turned the corner and oh, look at that slope. I am so jealous. That is absolutely spectacular, buddy. Just terrific work. This is so incredible. So 4 years old.
Yep.
All right. So do they have kids?
They have a girl that I think she's about 13, 14 years old now. And they wanted somewhere to swim, and the woman likes to do laps. So she wanted to have an open area that she could swim back and forth. So it's about 65 feet in length, 35 feet wide. We got a shallow area over here. Right now, the reason that it's a little tinted is because they go away for the whole month.
So they put a dye in it?
And they put a little black dye in it because they didn't want to have, they weren't going to be here to do the bacteria and stuff. It is a cool pond. It's about 7 feet deep.
Nice. I love this patio over here that you put in too.
And we put that in so, you know, everything's close to the water. They can get in and get out. and transition. Then the upper bank, we actually got two systems here. The upper part is a pondless, and then we have like a little land bridge there, and with water we jetted underneath it, so it looks like it's all one cohesive unit.
Oh, okay, so it's two separate systems.
Separated systems.
So I love the fact that here's a homeowner that instead of putting in a swimming pool to do laps in, they put in a recreation pond.
Absolutely.
And the best thing about the recreation ponds, and you can see this here, is it's beautiful 365 days a year. In the wintertime, it gets ice on it. You can literally use it as an ice skating rink if you wanted to.
Yep, absolutely.
And wouldn't you rather look at this than a swimming pool that has one use? A recreation pond, you don't have to be in it to enjoy it. You can be sitting alongside it, watching the birds. Oh, look at this. Another waterfall down. So this is, okay, so explain how the wetland here works.
So basically, I mean, a lot of people call this different things. I call it a reverse wetland because that way when the water is cascading down through there, there's still a lot of oxygen in there. It kind of falls right through the gravel, and it's getting pulled through the rock and gravel, down through the aqua blocks into the centipede module. And we do have external pumps on this because it is a swim pond.
Yep.
So generally, there would be a little bit more water in here because they've been away for a month. The water's just underneath the gravel, which allows the plants still.
The plants are still fine, so you might have an inch or two of water in here when it's filled up all the way.
Exactly. Yep. And then everything, the way we got it set up, it all skims over here into this side during the fall, and it's very easily to be taken out of there with a net or a leaf rake or something. So it's pretty cool.
Just look at how beautiful this is. And you can see the water's clear even though they got a little bit of dine. I mean, I love the lily there, and then there's where she swims her laps. Some small fish in here.
Yeah, they got some bluegills in there as well as goldfish. So.
That's just some cute little fish. Yeah. So if you're swimming laps, you can either be looking at the floor or you can be looking at some small fish, and it's just so much more interesting. When I go to a natural body of water, I've constantly got a mask on, and I'm, you know, the joke is whenever we go fishing, I'm in the water looking at the fish, chasing them around, everybody's on the boat. It's just so much more logical to me to have this in a yard. I mean, we're in what, zone 5, 6?
We're zone 5.
Zone 5, New York, that you can only really swim 4 months out of the year probably.
Exactly. But the beauty part about this is, I mean, you can open this up in April and we can run it till after Thanksgiving. So even though you might not be swimming, I mean, if you got a wetsuit you could, or if you're hardy, but I mean,
in the winter you could ice skate.
Absolutely.
And you could kind of see back there the water quality in that is it's nice to live on water, but you would not want to swim in there. Here you'd want to swim in. Just draws you across. You just want to go across it. Beautiful. So talk to me a little bit about your style of building waterfalls here.
Well, I mean, this is all native rock for us. So this is all granite boulders and stuff, and you know, I like to look at it as I would see in nature, like water bouncing off of rocks, and a lot of action, so you get a little of that white water coming through there.
I love this. So this is the pondless waterfall here. Gorgeous. And then here's a land bridge.
Right, so this actual system stops here.
Yep.
But yet water's coming out on this side trickling through, so it looks like it's at the same speed.
Yeah, yep.
If you look at that up there, and this, it's about the same speed.
Right. Obviously when you explain it, you see how it works, but nobody would, unless you explain it, they would not know.
They would not know.
And so they basically did that because they can run this one separate and keep this one
Absolutely.
Going year round. Wow, look at this waterfalls. And Alan is a certified aquascape contractor, and your team and you are Artists of the Year. This is a labor of love. 150 tons of boulders going up there. This is just fantastic.
See, there's another land bridge here, so they can kind of transition from the back house. They can come up through here, come across, and then there's all water coming back down through here and back to the other side. So
absolutely spectacular. Nice landscaping and just a beautiful setting. My gosh, they got their own vacation spot at home. Good job, Mr. Decker.
Thank you.
Love it. I love my job getting to see these places, and I wish more people knew that they could have something like this. This is not cheap, but an in-ground swimming pool isn't cheap either. And an in-ground swimming pool has one use. This has dozens of uses, and it's way more relaxing than a swimming pool. I love the fact that this lady swims laps in here. That's my kind of woman right there. Someone that would actually get out there. Some people don't want to swim with the fish. That's how we grew up, man. Our bodies grew up not being acclimated to chlorine. Chlorine's only been around for the last 100 years. I actually think this is healthy. People ask how these recreation ponds are to get in. They're perfectly healthy. This is the way ecosystems work. Bacteria is part of our bodies. We have bacteria in our bodies, so it's organic, it's natural. No chemicals are used in this. That natural body of water is not nearly as clean or as filtered as this one. So this is called living the aquascape lifestyle right here. This is fun for me to see. Edging of a water feature is so important. Look at this, how the grass comes right up next to the edge. So many retention ponds, it's riprap all the way around the edge. Look at how nice it does. It just looks so natural. And look at this destination boulder. People are gonna come walking down here, they're gonna wanna walk right up to the edge. And you know it's gonna be solid if Alan built it. But boom, dive right in here. It's the last 10% that make a job. I mean, this is just really a big hole that's been excavated, but how these rocks are positioned, how the landscaping blends in. You don't want to know where the water ends and the land begins. That little cantilevered bluestone patio over there, it's that last 10% that makes all the difference. If you would get inspired by this stuff like I do, I don't know how you can't. Like, comment, hit the subscribe button so more people can find out what living the aquascape lifestyle is like. I think that recreation ponds should be the standard and not the exception to swimming pools. I love my job.